I saw a man screaming at a teenager in a parking lot, and I intervened. That teenager was my estranged son. This happened 3 weeks ago, and I still can't stop thinking about it. I was leaving the grocery store on a Wednesday afternoon. Nothing special, just running errands like I do every week now that retirement has given me too much time to fill. The parking lot was nearly empty, that eerie quiet you get between the lunch rush and evening shoppers. That's when I heard it. A man's voice, harsh and cruel, cutting through the silence like a knife. "You're worthless, just like your mother said you'd be." I turned. About 20 yards away, a heavy-set man in a stained polo shirt was towering over a lanky teenager with dark curly hair. The kid, couldn't have been more than 17, was backing away, his hands raised in that universal gesture of surrender. His face was red, whether from anger or tears, I couldn't tell. Something in me broke. I don't know if it was the helplessness in that teenager's posture or the pure venom in the man's voice, but I was moving before I could think. I'm 54, not exactly intimidating, but apparently righteous anger counts for something. I stepped between them. "That's enough," I said, my voice steady in a way I didn't feel. "Whatever this is, you don't get to talk to a kid like that." The man's face went purple. He called me names, told me to mind my business, said the boy was his nephew and none of my concern. I stood there anyway, blocking him until he finally got in his car and peeled out of the lot, gravel flying. Only then did I turn to look at the teenager, and my knees nearly gave out. His eyes were blue, ocean blue, just like his mother's. The shape of his nose, the way his hair curled in that one spot that never lay flat, the smattering of freckles across his cheekbones. I knew those features. I'd watched him become himself, watched him grow for the first 7 years of his life before everything fell apart. "Brandon," I whispered. The color drained from his face. "Dad?" I hadn't heard that word in 11 years. 11 years since his mother took him and moved 3 states away. 11 years of birthday cards returned to sender. 11 years of pretending it didn't destroy me. "It's me," I managed. "It's really me." We stood there in that empty parking lot like two people who'd been shipwrecked and suddenly found the other still alive on a distant shore. Brandon was taller now, man-shaped instead of boy-shaped, but his shoulders were shaking exactly like they used to when he cried. I thought you didn't want," he started, but he couldn't finish. "Your mom told you I didn't want to see you?" I asked, and something in me understood. The real story finally. "Brandon, no. God, no. That's not what happened." Turns out his mother had a new husband who was nothing short of toxic. Brandon had come to our old town for the summer with a friend's family, hoping to reconnect. His stepfather had tracked him down at the grocery store, started in on him for abandoning his mother with his presence. Just nasty, calculated cruelty designed to isolate him. We talked for 40 minutes in that parking lot, then we went to a diner and talked for 3 hours. He showed me pictures of his life, debate team trophies, his acceptance letter to college. I showed him photos I'd kept, confessed the truth about every missed call and failed visit. Yesterday, he came over for dinner. He'll be staying with me while he finishes his senior year. His mother is cooperating, finally understanding that Brandon is old enough to choose his own path. I still think about that man in the polo shirt sometimes. How he tried to break my son's spirit, how he nearly succeeded, how he also, without meaning to, without knowing, gave me back something I'd grieved as lost forever. Life is strange, painful, but sometimes grace shows up in the most unexpected places, even parking lots on ordinary Wednesdays. I'm grateful for every single day.